The stage lights blazed down on the ancient Kalemegdan fortress in Belgrade, Serbia, that fateful night of June 18, 2011. Over 20,000 fans had packed in, buzzing with excitement for Amy Winehouse's comeback tour opener. But dude, what they got was a gut-wrenching disaster. Amy stumbled out in her signature beehive hairdo, that iconic cat eye liner smudged like she'd been through hell. She mumbled through songs, forgot lyrics to her own hits like Valerie, and wandered the stage like a lost soul. The crowd turned ugly fast, boos echoed through the night, bottles flew, and even the Serbian defense minister called it a national embarrassment. She was hammered, barely able to string words together, hugging her backup singers for support. It was her last gig ever, a tragic preview of the end. Just over a month later, on July 23, 2011, Amy was gone at 27, another member of that cursed club of music legends who burned out too soon. But let's rewind, because Amy's story ain't just about that messed up night. It's a roller coaster of raw talent, heartbreak, addiction, and a family still picking up the pieces. Born Amy Jade Winehouse on September 14, 1983, in the gritty North London suburb of Southgate, she came into a world that was loving but chaotic. Her folks, Mitch, a taxi driver with a passion for jazz, and Janice, a pharmacist, were Jewish immigrants' kids who instilled a love for music early on. Big brother Alex arrived 3 years before her, and the siblings were tight, sharing a bedroom in their modest home. Amy was a firecracker from the jump, loud, opinionated, and always performing. She'd belt out Salt and Peppa tracks at family gatherings or mimic Frank Sinatra, her dad's fave. But cracks showed early. When Amy was 9, Mitch and Janice split after Mitch's affair came out. It hit her hard. She later said in interviews it made her feel like the world was unstable. "My parents' divorce was a big deal for me," she confessed in a 2003 chat with The Guardian, admitting it fueled her rebellious streak. School was a bust. She got kicked out of multiple spots for piercings, attitude, and ditching class. But theater school sparked her fire. At 13, she met her lifelong buddy Tyler James at the Sylvia Young Theater School. They bonded over music, dreaming big while sneaking smokes. By her teens, Amy was gigging in jazz clubs, her voice, a smoky blend of Billie Holiday soul and hip-hop edge, turning heads. She inked a deal with Island Records at 19, dropping her debut album, Frank, in 2003. It was raw, jazzy, full of sassy lyrics about dudes who did her wrong. Critics loved it, earning her a Mercury Prize nod. But fame's underbelly crept in. Amy started hitting the bottle hard, admitting in interviews she drank to cope with anxiety. "I drink because I'm scared," she told Rolling Stone in 2007. Bulimia snuck in too, a secret battle from age 15 that whittled her down to a fragile frame. Her brother Alex later blamed it partly for her death, saying it weakened her body over years. Folks around her whispered about bipolar disorder, trauma from the divorce, and impulse issues, but Amy shrugged it off with that tough London attitude. Then came the game changer, Blake Fielder Sybil. She met this barman in 2005 at a Camden pub, and bam, instant obsession. Blake was trouble with a capital T, a video production assistant with his own demons. He introduced her to heroin and crack, turning her casual boozing into full-blown addiction. They were toxic fireworks, fights, makeups, tattoos of each other's names. Amy poured it all into her second album, Back to Black, released in 2006. Tracks like Rehab, inspired by her refusing treatment, and You Know I'm No Good, screamed her pain. Rehab hit number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, and the album went multi-platinum, snagging 5 Grammys in 2008. But success amplified the chaos. Amy and Blake eloped to Miami in May 2007, tying the knot in a quickie ceremony. Their marriage was a dumpster fire. Blake got jailed for assault and tampering with a trial, leaving Amy spiraling. She had affairs, like with actor Josh Bowman in St. Lucia, which Blake cited for divorce in 2009 on adultery grounds. He wanted out, but Amy begged him to stay, even after the split was finalized that July for a measly £250,000 settlement to him. They hooked up post-divorce, but it was done. Blake later admitted in interviews he regretted introducing her to hard drugs, saying, "I ruined something beautiful." Friends like Tyler James watched helplessly as Amy's addictions deepened, her weight plummeted, and tabloids feasted on her meltdowns. Amy's abuse struggles were no secret. They were splashed across every headline. She checked into rehab multiple times, but always bolted. In 2008, she was diagnosed with emphysema from crack smoking, and her bulimia ravaged her health. "I was self-harming with food and booze," she admitted in a rare candid moment. Paparazzi hounded her, capturing bloody fights with Blake or her wandering Camden streets barefoot. Fans begged her to get clean, but Amy fired back in songs and interviews. "They tried to make me go to rehab, but I said no, no, no." Her dad Mitch later revealed in his book that she craved normalcy, but fame's pressure crushed her. Tyler, who lived with her in Camden for years, tried interventions, but Amy's demons won out. "She was my soulmate."
How was your performance this evening? So why are you self-critical of your performance?
Describing
It was a piece of shit. You look fit though.
I remember the first time I saw her perform, she was just magnetic, you know? It was at this small venue and she just commanded the room.
how he'd find her passed out, begging her to eat or sober up. In her last years, she kicked heroin and crack, but leaned harder on vodka, downing bottles daily. Fast forward to those final months. After a stint in rehab in May 2011, Amy geared up for that European tour, but Belgrade was a train wreck. She was too sloshed to perform, slurring words and collapsing on stage. The tour got axed and she retreated to her Camden home. Friends said she seemed upbeat, jamming with her goddaughter Dionne Bromfield at a gig 3 days before her death. But inside it was dark. Her doctor visited the night before, and Amy's chilling words were, "I don't want to die." She binged on vodka, her blood alcohol hitting .416, 5 times the legal limit. Found lifeless in bed by her bodyguard, the coroner ruled accidental alcohol poisoning. No drugs, just booze, and a body too worn down from years of abuse. What did people say about her last days? Her producer, Salam Remy, got a heartbreaking voicemail hours before. "Salam, it's Amy. I love you." Mitch recalled her laughing and playing drums the day before, insisting she was the happiest she'd been in years. But Tyler James, who was there till the end, painted a rawer picture in his book, My Amy, The Life We Shared. He described her as lonely, haunted by regrets over Blake and her health, begging for normal life, but trapped in addiction's grip. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, still mourn, posting about her Belgrade tears as a cry for help no one heeded. One recent post called it heart-wrenching, noting her pain was obvious. Reg Travis, her boyfriend at the time, said she was planning a future, talking marriage and kids, but the bottle pulled her under. Her family? They're still healing in 2025. Mitch and Janice, divorced but united in grief, visit her grave often, like on the 14th anniversary of her death in July. Mitch runs the Amy Winehouse Foundation, helping young folks with addiction. It's raised millions. He sings jazz gigs, posting on Instagram about fundraisers and memories. Janice keeps a lower profile, but joins events, like a tribute in Newark. Alex, now creative director of the foundation, has clashed with Mitch over memorabilia auctions, but stays involved. They all share rare photos, insisting the world remember the joyful Amy, not just the tragic one. Amy's voice echoes in today's stars. Take her best pal, Tyler James. He battled his own addictions alongside her, and as of 2025, he's still speaking out, slamming biopics like Back to Black for glossing over her pain. His condition mirrors Amy's back then. Recovery's a grind, but he's alive, sharing tales of their 13-year bond to warn others. It's the same for so many loved actors and artists. Fame chews them up, addictions creep in, and we watch like it's entertainment. From Mac Miller to Heath Ledger, the pattern's brutal. So here's the real talk. We gotta save our loved stars, push for better mental health support, call out predatory paps, and fund foundations like Amy's. Don't let another talent fade. Intervene, donate, spread awareness. Amy's voice lives on. Let's make sure others do too.